Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Guzzy and this is Chats with Guzzy. Please, if you're here to subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. On this particular video, we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Lagos Season 3 Episode 1. We're basically going to be talking about all that happened, and in some places, we're going to be talking about how I see the things happening. So let's just start off this video. At first, they are showing us the whole genesis of the quarrel, yes, between Caroline and Laura. Well, scene one had basically been Mariam, yes. Mariam was talking about how she's missing her stylist and all. She's happy that you're working together and all that scenario. She had met with him in Manuel. He had given her a blue fit to wear. She had worn it and she was so excited about how she looks and how her boobies looks in the clothes, yes. And as she was doing all that, she got a message from Laura. Laura was basically inviting her out so that they can talk. Remember that Miriam is into PR and all that, so she needed her assistance, basically. So she was inviting her and all that. And Miriam was talking about how she hopes it's good energy because, this year, she's all about the happy Miriam. And then we went over to scene 2. Scene 2 was basically the reintroduction of Caroline. Now, Caroline has started talking. She was like, she's back, yes. It feels good to be back, that she needed the break. And then she was like, the cat is out of the bag. Those who needed to be exposed have been exposed. I'm like, I beg, who are those that needed to be exposed that have been exposed? Hey. Well, she was talking and she was like, you spoilt me with your loyalty, basically talking about her fans. Remember that during season 2, they were so worried, saying, where's Caroline? They should bring back Caroline. So she was like, she have decided to grace us with her presence again. And guys, this her outfit is giving, like, you can't tell me nothing. This outfit is just on point. Like, this reintroduction with this outfit, for me, it's a 10 out of 10. The next scene was actually Laura and Miriam, and Laura was talking about how, she has been healthy, she's happy and all, excited about what she wants to tell Miriam and all that she had invited Miriam out and all. Now, Laura and Miriam were excited to see each other, they had hugged, they had spoken about how, they had not seen themselves since last year and all that. So, they were so excited. And they were talking about Laura's tummy, how, Laura was talking about how she's losing weight, that once she loses her belly fat from her pregnancy, it's going to be bikini. Yes, so pants and bra every day. Now, Miriam had asked her if she had seen anyone and all. And she was like, no, that she has not seen anyone. She had asked Miriam, have you seen anyone? Miriam had said no. She was like, including your friend Tiana. Now, in case you don't know, Laura at that point in time was poking and looking for Miriam's trouble, though not in a spiteful way. Yes, they were joking about, but then again, she was looking for her trouble because we all know how season 2 had gone down. Yes, we all know that Miriam and Tiana had a big issue. They had fought Seth and all that. The production had to come in and all. So that was basically Laura looking for Miriam's mouth. And Miriam, during her confessionals, had said, I love you, Laura, but if we must continue to have these meetings, there are names that I don't want to hear about. And I'm like, baby girl, you for talk am, yes, she did now, so that she go, no. Which one be all this one where they talk outside? Well, she was like, what she had told Laura now was that she has not seen her, that they hang out with different circles. And then Laura had told Miriam about the whole thing that she was inviting her for. That's her show. Basically, Laura wanted to do 1 year anniversary of her store, and also she wanted to do the whole twist braid that she has. Yeah, she wanted to launch it. So she was telling Miriam that Miriam is into PR, so Miriam should help her basically bring people in the society and all. And Miriam was like, okay, that there's no problem. Miriam had told her that there are 2 ladies that she wants to introduce to the group. Yes, she had told her that there are 2 ladies she wants to introduce to the group. And I told her that she'll be inviting those people for her event. Yes. And Laura had no problem with it because for Laura, she's like, as long as they are coming to shop, me, I don't have any problem. They should just come with their money. They should come and spend money. Yes, Laura was cool with it. And then we had seen the next scene. The next scene was that yes, she was in her studio and we had seen that an invite was given to her by her assistant, and that was when her introduction had come up. Yes, she had introduced herself as Adeola Chizoba Adeyemi. She had said that she's sweet, kind, and has been financially free for a while now. She owns her house, her business, and I mean, she's comfortable. So, what else can she ask for? She's the CEO and founder of Beauty by AD. Yes, she said she built her brand, her business from the ground up. She said that she has been in the business for 11 years now, that she's a workaholic. No day passes by without her working. As for her video vixen days, I mean, those days are over. Yes, except if maybe they pay her one big sum, and that's when she will go back into that. Any bad news or any false news she hears about herself that is not true online, she always goes to debunk. And she was even mocking herself that, see me the other day, I was crying like someone that they stole her bread. I'm like, that's the humor, girl. Yab yourself before person yab you. She was talking about how basically she stays on her lane. She does not look for people's trouble. However, nobody should look for her own. She said she loves to enjoy herself and relax. She's a mother to a lovely girl, Korede. Yes, that Korede is the sweetest. She spoke about her introduction. Yes, that I mean, she had her introduction before she gave birth. So a lot of people feel or felt like she was married and all that, but she's not married. That whole thing with the guy did not work out. Yes, so I mean, she's not married. She's a single mom. Yes. Now, in case you're wondering, how did she just get the invite? The invite was sent to her by Miriam. She is one of the ladies that Miriam wants to introduce to the group. Yes, because I mean, she and Miriam, they've known each other for a while now. And then we go over to the next scene, which was Laura in the car. She was calling her manager and they were talking about the event. Yes, because I mean, that event is a dual event and they were talking about it. And basically, she was telling her manager to do the planning, get a responsible a guest list and all that. That the manager should remember that they need to advertise the hair. Yes. Now, after doing that scene, they had shown Laura with her dad. She drove home and met that her dad was with her daughter, yes, in the living room and all that. Basically, grandpa was taking care of his granddaughter. So sweet. And then she had collected her baby and she was basically telling the baby to thank grandpa. That scene was very cute. Yeah, she tried wearing her glasses for her daughter and it looked like her daughter was giving an attitude. And she was like that her daughter has an attitude and she loves it. She started talking about how, I mean, she just started gathering purses. Yeah, she started buying purses for her daughters. She has two and she cannot wait for them to be 16. She cannot wait to be doing all these girly things with her daughters. I'm like, take it easy on these girls. Eh? You know, they plan down or picking when never even reach how long. But then again, that's the sweetness of having a child. Yes. And that's the joy and the process that comes with it. Yes, Chanel is her name. That's the name of the last daughter. In case you are wondering, whose name is she talking about? Yes, that's what I mean. Then we had gone over to the next scene. The next scene was basically Miriam again. But this time around, Miriam was meeting up with Dabota. Yes. And Miriam was meeting up with Dabota at her workplace. Yes. And then Miriam was talking about how she has known Dabota for over 10 years, going to 11 years now. And that was when Dabota was basically introduced. Yes. Now, Dabota had done her introduction. She said she's Dabota Lawson. She's the queen of queens. Yes. But the value she holds there is that two of you don't have to be pally, you don't have to be jelly, but you must respect her. Yes. And that you don't need to like her or anything like that, but you see that respect, she must get it. That in 2010, she won Miss Nigeria UK crown. She's a beauty expert, founder of Dabota Cosmetic, and Dabota House of Beauty, that she loves to travel to new places and experience new spaces. She said that she wears many hats and her background is in finance. She said that she's a Gemini, she's an amazing mom to a princess who is a gift, her ride or die, her everything, her best friend. She said she's not married, she's not dating anyone currently, she's very single. Like the kind single where she's single, even her single is single. She said that she's in love with her life right now, and she's a strong advocate of if you don't like it, change it. Yes. Basically, if you feel like your breast is sagging, that's what I drew from it though. Fix it, do a boob job. If you feel like your tummy is too big, go suck it in. You get. If you don't like it, fix it. Yes. That she dresses classy, clean, and minimal. That her height blows people away, and that for her, she takes over any room she walks in. And then for me, I'm so sorry to say this, but I felt like Dabota at this point in time was giving, like nobody is coming for her, and yet it just looked like she was being, will I use the word aggressive, or it just felt like she was coming and doing the crown is mine, the crown is mine, the crown is mine. At that point I'm like, baby girl, calm down first now. Shoo. Well, she and Miriam had exchanged pleasantries, and then they had gone in to sit down and catch up. Yes. And then Miriam had told her about the event and all. And the butter had said that, okay, during her confessional, she had said usually she does not attend events that she does not know the person doing the event. But now, with this whole thing, Miriam had told her to try and show up, that she wants to introduce her to the ladies and all that. And she was like, okay, she will try and come, that she has another event, but she will try and make it and all that. In her confessional, she started talking about how she's not sure she's going to be impressed, but then again, let her see what is going to happen. Yes, that she would see. And then she was talking about when she walks into the room, she owns the room, and oh, I'm like, baby girl, walk into the room first. And they were just talking. Miriam was telling her, fine, if you get along with the ladies or not, fine. And while they were talking there, they had hot darts to show us Caroline meeting up with her friend Elizabeth. Now, Caroline had met up with her friend Elizabeth in a restaurant at VI, and they were talking. Yes. And basically she had told her friend that, okay, see this cloth that I wore, I showed your namesake Elizabeth, that's her daughter, Caroline's daughter, and she said my boobies were everywhere. And they were just laughing, catching up and all that. Now Caroline had spoken about the Nollywood movies that she had shot, spoken about that My Fairy Tale Wedding, yes, that she shot 2 years ago, and it's now that it's coming out and all of that. She had spoken about how she has spoken to Toyin, yes, that's Tiana Empire, and how things fell apart. In fact, the way things fell apart, she felt like they needed to talk. She felt like, okay, if it's not because of, maybe it's because of the people that were in the middle, that is why they didn't know who was at fault, or if any of them was even at fault, or if it was external forces that made them quarrel or anything like that. And life is fickle. Yes, you can wake up and say that this person is dead, this person is gone, so why hold that grudge? Yes, so she had reached out to Tiana Empire, and they have settled. Yes, they are cool now. Remember, she was talking about how when she first came into the group, yes, the only person she had known was Tiana, so it really hurt her when she heard that Tiana had said things about her. But then again, she feels like maybe Tiana was not at fault, or she was not at fault, but the external forces. So basically, she and Tiana are good now. Yes. And then they were talking about how, okay, because the friend had asked her, is there any other person that you feel like, okay, you need to make amends with? Because before that question was asked, she had spoken about Laura, and how for her she felt like Laura was always coming for her and she did not know why. Yes, that it was later she now got to know why, but I mean, initially she did not know why Laura was always coming at her. And the thing is that when she saw herself on camera throwing that glass, she was frightened because she was like, what if the thing had hit Laura? It will not be a thing of what did Laura say. It will not be a thing of anger anymore. It will be a thing of why did you do what you did? Yes. And that would have been a different story entirely. And then she was like, yes, that she would want to make amends with Miriam because Miriam was a sweet person. That on her birthday for that is it 2022, Miriam had wished her a happy birthday and all that. I mean, they were cool. So she would like to set things straight with Miriam. And she was like, in fact, let me call her now. Now, let me note something. In this particular scene, I noticed that the friend did not really say much. But then again, I really don't blame the friend. That scene, definitely their cameras. The friend knows that the scene is not about her. That's one. Two, I feel like she's treading carefully in order not to say something that would lead to drags when that is her only sin. So baby girl is being careful. Then she had called Miriam, and Miriam was at Dabota's place. Miriam was confused that Caroline was calling her. She was like, help me check my account. Caroline is calling me, you get. And now when Miriam had picked, two of them were hyping themselves. Caroline was doing, you did not miss me. Miriam was doing, I miss you. You get it. It was all smooth and all that. And then Caroline had told her that they need to sort out their differences and all. And Miriam was like, differences? I don't have any differences with you or anything like that. Miriam started bringing excuses that, I mean, she has not reached out or anything like that because, I mean, usually she's not in the country. Yes, that is only work that brings her to the country, and once she's done with it, she goes back to her hobby abroad and all that. Now, when they were talking about all these things, they had eventually settled whatever problem they had. Remember during the reunion of season 1, the gifts that Caroline had given Miriam had returned it. Yes, Miriam had heard from Chioma that Caroline had said that she uses people's stars. Yeah, she uses people's destiny. So she had returned the gift saying she does not want. And Caroline has said she never said anything like that and all that. So basically, this call, they had resolved their differences. Yes, they had resolved their issue and they were cool. And I'm like, this is nice. I love the fact that Caroline has seen where she wronged Miriam and has apologized to her because, I mean, life, as she said, is very fickle. Now, with the whole thing with her and Laura, it's funny that both parties are expecting an apology, but we'll get to that. Well, the next scene was just basically Laura in her store. Now, let me tell you guys that while that call was happening with Miriam, remember I told you she was with Dabota. Dabota did not even care about the whole situation because Dabota was like, she doesn't do drama. She owes $1 million this thing business, so she does not do drama. The drama between Miriam, Laura, and Caroline is not her business. So she not even comment. She not do like say she did the room. Yes, which I love. Like, your business, your quarrel is not my business. I shouldn't be waiting the column. I shouldn't be inheriting enemies, which I like about that particular side from Dabota. Well, it was the day for Laura's event, and this was her outfit. However, this outfit, she did not wear it for so long because, I mean, she also needed to sell her products. Yes, so she had gone to change. Now, Dadem was the first person to get to the store. That's among the ladies. So, and Dadem had said that she goes to parties. But definitely, she goes to parties. They pay her to come to parties. But then again, it's Laura, so she's going to show up. Yes. And then they had exchanged pleasantries and all that. And Dadem had basically was talking in a confessional. She was like, when she walks into the room, everyone stares. And who are they staring at? Who are they looking at? They're looking at her because, I mean, she looks beautiful. She looks nice. They were talking about everything, exchanging pleasantries, talking about how because Laura was talking about how she lost a lot of money, how her business was down a while ago. So she's just happy at the growth, celebrating the whole 1 year anniversary, and then celebrating this hair. This is Laura micro twist. Yeah, so she's so happy and all. Now they were talking about how, according to Laura, any problem that money can fix is not a problem. I'm like, I tap into this blessing because what on earth is that saying? Now they had shown Miriam in her car. She was in her car, and Dabota had called her on phone, talking about like where are you and all that as the event started. And Miriam was telling her that she's outside, she's about to step in, the event has started. And Dabota has started talking about how the event started late. In her confessional, she started talking about how she doesn't wait for anyone, she's the queen, that she does. And so when she was saying all these things, what came to my head is that you are fully dressed, you're in your house. If you look at it well, you are still waiting. You are still waiting on her. Just that you don't want to go to the event and wait. Either ways, you are dressed and you are waiting. Well, she said she doesn't wait for anyone, blah, blah, blah. Now that she knows that the event has started, she can then go. Yes. Miriam had entered. She had gone ahead to greet Dadem and greet Laura. Yes, it was good vibes. And then Dadem has spoken about how for some weird reason she has nothing about Miriam in mind, but she wants to experience her firsthand. Yes. And then Miriam was basically drilling Dadem, oh, tell me about yourself. And Dadem just said the basic thing, and she was like, okay, are you in a relationship? That them had told her that no, she's not in a relationship or anything like that. This kind, I'm not married, that kind of thing. And she had gone ahead to ask, okay, what had happened? You were engaged. What had happened? I say, Miriam, are you looking for things that you will use to insult her later? Because I don't understand. The questions was too much. It's not an interview she came for. She came to enjoy her time. Well, as they were talking about all those things, Laura had left. Yes, she went to greet other guests and all that. Remember, it's her event. The ladies are not the only ones there. Laura had spoken about how Dadem sounds smart and all that. Now, Miriam and Dadem had continued their talk and all. And they were talking about Dadem's ex boyfriend, yes, or ex fiance, and he has basically spoken about how he came back 3 times and all that, how it did not work, yes, but that they're in a good place now and all. Now, waiting did they call him? The Dabota had entered. When Dabota came, they all greeted and it was good vibes, right? But the greeting between Dadem and Dabota was more familiar. And that was when Miriam was like, she never even knew that Dabota and Dadem knew each other. And this whole thing is giving the whole school daughter, school mother situationship. It's giving the whole Iyabojo and Chioma's relationship. Who is the school daughter? Who is the school mother? She would know very soon. Yes. And then they had all started talking and all talking about how Laura and Dabota can be in the same space but not speak to each other. And Dabota was, because Laura was like, she doesn't even know why. And Dabota was talking about how basically there's friction and it's not even about her. She was saying it in her confessionals that it's something that her sister has done. That's Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji had posted something about her and all that. So I mean, there's bad energy there. It was a while ago, so she's letting it go. And she doesn't want to transfer that whole energy to Laura. She wants to experience Laura one-on-one. I was like, last, let's look at it. The enmity between Laura and Caroline is over her sister. Yes, her sister was one of the, shall I say, was one of the main forces why these two ladies, these two queens, started going at each other. And now we're seeing another lady that has a problem with her sister again. Last, now Laura will suffer all these things. Well, they had started talking, and basically, when they were talking, it was a thing of, okay, Dabota saying that she rates the event 7/10, that that's still an A, that she has high class and all that her taste is pretty much high, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Dabota, be calming down. Well, I would like to see Dabota host an event because, I mean, the way she has been hyping herself, Well, when they were talking about Caroline, because this girl had brought up the whole thing, that's Miriam saying that Caroline had called her and had apologized and all that, Laura felt like, Okay, at first Laura was trying to use the whole sneaky code, and I'm like, Laura, what are you doing? You're even making it so much obvious. And then they were like, that no, that the butter knows about it. The butter was there, and she did not flinch or anything like that. And the butter was like, yes, it's not her business and all that. Now, Miriam had told them that, I mean, Caroline has apologized to her. Caroline seems sincere. She seems genuine and all that. And Laura was not having it. Laura felt like, okay, for her, she needs an apology from this girl, Caroline. For her, Caroline was nice to her. All those things that were being said, Caroline was nice till she had said that whole pimping thing. Yes, that she's married to an Igbo man. She's an Igbo lady. There are things you don't say. That she trusts herself. But then again, do other people know her? That this thing was being said, her family members, her in-laws could hear it, and they called the meeting on her head. Yes. And you could tell that Laura was genuinely hurt about all those things. But my take on this is this. You don't come for someone, like, how will I put it now? Two people cannot be fighting and then you tell me that because you stab me knife, I should not throw you grenade. No. Two fighting, you cannot determine what someone else would say. You can't determine because you told the person waka idiot, you will die. You are an idiot. Does not mean the person will not tell you greater things. So for me, I feel like both ladies owe themselves an apology. And it's not that Laura should be requesting an apology or should be saying she needs an apology from Caroline. Both ladies need to actually apologize to themselves because, I mean, both of them at some point or the other did go overboard. Yes. So that's it about this particular episode. There was something funny that happened when Laura had sold her hair for $120. Yes, and it was basically 425K. Yes, when this girl had calculated it for 2 bundles of kinky hair. When the butter had calculated it and all that. Now, Laura had asked her about her business and all that, and she was like, she does skincare, that in fact, she does makeup also, and or she was now talking about how her business, they do consultation. It felt like Miriam was not comfortable anymore. Yes, it felt like Miriam wasn't comfortable anymore. But I'm watching to see how this thing goes because according to Miriam, we have 3 makeup brands now on the show. It's going to be a lot. Yes, it's going to be a lot. In the next episode is where Miriam had thrown a shade at Dabota, telling her, and you are single, because they were talking about relationship matters and how you see signs in men. And it's how Dabota was quiet. I feel like Dabota needed that thing to sink in first. Well, that's all I have for you guys. Please, if you subscribe, kindly click on the subscription button and click on notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post any new video. Please like this video, share this video, and comment. I love you all. Bye, guys.